Deep within the annals of mythology and whispered in the chants of the covens, there lies a figure shrouded in the veil of night. She is the keeper of the keys, the queen of witches, and the patron of the crossroads. Her name is Hecate, and her story is as enigmatic as the flickering shadows cast by her torches. Hecate is a fascinating and complex figure, who has many aspects and roles in Greek mythology and beyond. She is often depicted as a three-headed or three-bodied woman, holding torches, keys, snakes, or daggers, and accompanied by dogs, ravens, or other creatures of the night. She is associated with crossroads, where she receives offerings and sacrifices from her devotees. She is also the patroness of magic, sorcery, necromancy, and herbalism, and she teaches her secrets to those who seek her guidance. But Hecate is not only a dark and sinister goddess, she is also a benevolent and helpful one, who aids the heroes, the women, and the children in their troubles. She is a goddess of transitions, boundaries, and liminality, who can move between the worlds and the realms, and who can change her shape and form at will. She is a goddess of contradictions, who can be both good and evil, both beautiful and terrifying, both ancient and modern. She is Hecate, and this is her story. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for your support and don't forget to leave a comment and a like. Hecate's origins are shrouded in mystery. Some sources say that she was the daughter of the titans Perseus and Asteria, who were the god of destruction and the goddess of the stars, respectively. Other sources say that she was the daughter of Zeus, the king of the gods, and Hera, the queen of the gods, or of Zeus and Demeter, the goddess of the harvest. Some even say that she was a primordial goddess, who existed before the gods and the titans, and who had no parents at all. Hecate's lineage was divine and formidable. Unlike her fellow titans, she retained her powers and honors in the new Olympian order, a testament to her strength and versatility. One of the most prominent aspects of Hecate was her role as the goddess of magic and witchcraft. Hecate was the master of all kinds of spells, charms, potions, and curses, and she knew the secrets of the natural and the supernatural world. She was the source of all magic, and she could bestow it or take it away from anyone. She was especially revered by the witches, who were her followers and her servants. The witches learned their craft from Hecate, and they performed their rituals in her name. They used plants, animals, and human parts to make their concoctions, and they invoked Hecate's power to cast their spells. They also sacrificed to Hecate, usually at night, at the crossroads, where Hecate was believed to dwell. They offered her cakes, eggs, cheese, honey, garlic, fish, and meat, as well as dogs, cats, lambs, or even humans, depending on the occasion and the purpose. They also left behind their offerings for Hecate to collect, or for the poor and the homeless to take. These offerings were called Hecate's suppers, and they were a way of appeasing Hecate and avoiding her wrath. Hecate was also the goddess of the moon, and she had a special connection with the lunar phases and cycles. She was sometimes identified with Selene, the goddess of the full moon, or with Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and the new moon. Hecate was also associated with the dark moon, or the period of 3 days when the moon is invisible in the sky. This was considered a time of great power and danger, when Hecate and her spirits were most active and most unpredictable. Hecate was also linked to the eclipses, which were seen as omens of doom and disaster. Hecate was believed to cause the eclipses by covering the moon or the sun with her cloak, or by unleashing her hounds to devour them. Hecate's lunar aspect was also related to her role as the goddess of female initiation, fertility, and childbirth. Hecate was the protector of women, especially during their transitions from maidenhood to motherhood to cronehood. She was the guardian of the womb, the birth canal, and the newborn child, and she could grant or deny pregnancy and delivery. She was also the patroness of midwives, nurses, and healers, who used her herbs and potions to help the women in labor. Hecate's most fearsome aspect was her role as the goddess of the underworld, and the ruler of the dead and the ghosts. Hecate was the only goddess who had access to the realm of Hades, and she could enter and exit it at will. She was the companion of Persephone, the queen of the underworld, and she helped her in her abduction and return by Hades, the king of the underworld. Hecate was also the guide of the souls, who escorted them to their final destination, whether it was the Elysian Fields, the Isles of the Blessed, or Tartarus. She was also the judge of the souls, who decided their fate and their punishment. Hecate was also the leader of the restless spirits, who wandered the earth and haunted the living. These spirits were called Hecate's children, and they included the Erinyes, the Furies, who avenged the crimes of murder and bloodshed, the Empusi, the vampiric demons, who seduced and devoured the travelers, the Lamii, the child-eating monsters, who had the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a snake, the Mormolycia, the werewolves, who transformed into wolves and preyed on the flocks and the herds, and the Striges, the owl-like creatures, who sucked the blood of the infants and the young. Hecate and her spirits were also responsible for causing nightmares, madness, disease, and death, and they could be invoked or appeased by the mortals through magic and sacrifice. As the moon wanes and our time together comes to an end, remember that Hecate's wisdom is just a crossroads away. Whether you seek guidance, protection, or the keys to deeper knowledge, Hecate's influence endures in the rituals and practices of those who honor her. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for your support and don't forget to leave a comment and a like. Thank you for journeying with us into the heart of mystery. May your paths be illuminated by Hecate's torches until we meet again.